What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a little late night study session on the charts. Just going to be doing some studying. You guys can ask me anything you want. I'm not going to be talking much. But yeah, I'm here if you need me. Literally ask me anything. But if you don't ask anything, then you're just going to be listening to me break down charts silently. But you can learn. You can still learn without me talking. Just gonna make sure that this is I can hear myself good. Gonna turn up some background music for you guys. Should be good. Cool. Hopefully this is copyright free music, but whatever, let's just run it. Which strategy do you use? It's a good question, man. I mean, if you're used to the fancy strategies that you see on YouTube with a bunch of fancy names, that is not what I do. And my strategy, me telling you my strategy, I appreciate the fact you're curious, but there's no magic strategy. But for you here, since you asked, I use a weekly, a 1 day, 1 hour, and a 10-minute. 10-minute is my entry. So I enter on the 10-minute. On all of these time frames, I wait for this model. Some sort of bullish push, bearish price action after the bullish push, and then I wait for an accumulation break like this on top of rising moving averages. So rising moving averages like this. And once the weekly, my highest time frame, confirms this, I drop down in this area here, which I'll make blue. I drop down in this area here. And in this price action, I wait for the same thing to happen on the 1 day. I get bullish price action inside this leg, break down, and then an accumulation break up. And then this would be again on rising averages. So once my daily completes the same model as the weekly, what do you think I do inside here? Sorry, let me just draw the higher low here. What do you think I do inside here on my 1 hour? I wait for the same exact model. So inside this leg here, inside this leg, I wait for bullish price action to transition into bearish price action with a break up, signaling accumulation. And with this break up, what do you think I do inside this area here on my 10-minute? I wait for the same exact model. So inside here, this bullish leg, I wait for bullish price action, break down, accumulation break, and then I'll buy stop here. So I'll wait for a pullback on the leg that signals accumulation, and I will buy stop here with my stop loss under the low. So basically what I'm doing in every single model is I'm trading that anticipation of a higher high. When my weekly breaks into accumulation inside this higher low, I wait for the daily to confirm bullishness, and I trade inside the daily because I assume it's going to make this higher high on the weekly. And then if the daily wants to make the higher high on a weekly, then time frames lower than the daily time frame, like the 1 hour here, are going to create bullish structure as well, because the only way the dailish can continue moving bullish to continue the bullish structure leg on the weekly is if the 1 hour moves bullish. And then that exact same premise goes for the 1 hour to the 10-minute. So for the 1 hour to continue bullish, the 10-minute will have to continue bullish, because that's what's going to make this higher high on the daily, which is working towards making this higher high on the weekly. So that's my strategy. I don't know if this picture helped you understand my strategy, but if you want some real, real examples of what entries actually look like for me, I'll open a couple. And you'll see here on the 10-minute, I get that bullish structure I was just talking about, a breakdown, and then a break up, and I buy stop the first high that made its way outside of the accumulation. Same here. 10-minute bullish structure, falls below the MAs, makes a bearish leg, breaks up past the MAs, signaling accumulation. You get the pullback, and I buy stop the first high out of accumulation. That is my strategy. Now I will delete this. Nice, bro. You're about a year into trading. What kind of stage are you at? Are you at that stage where you're just kind of watching a bunch of different mentors trying to learn a bunch of different things? Or have you actually found one mentor that you've kind of honed in on and started to learn, the concept they have started teaching? Because you can stay stuck down the YouTube rabbit hole of just trying to learn from everybody when in the long run that never works. The way losses keep coming. Yeah, man. Whether you're profitable at trading or not, losses will always come. You can't stop losses from happening in trading. You actually need losses to happen. Every profitable system has losses. And the only way to get to the winning trades is to get through those losses. And the reason why losses are powerful is because they have a set limit on the downside. You're only ever going to lose -1%, -0.5%. Or on the upside, depending on your strategy, you're earning 2, 3, 4x your risk. And in the long run, when you stand by your strategy long enough to get those winners, the winners outweigh the losers by a long shot. So part of becoming a profitable trader is accepting the way that you're not going to be winning most of the time. You're actually going to be winning very little. Very, very little. But when you do win, those wins will make up for all of your losers and all of your break-evens. The purpose of protecting your risk on the downside, whether it's a loss or a break-even, is exactly what it's meant to do, is protect your downside risk. Whereas your upside has unlimited potential. You learn ICT, that's good, man. I wouldn't go down the rabbit hole of thinking ICT is some like god with, a god strategy. It's super hyped up online, and for most people, it just confuses them. And like any strategy, no matter if it works or if it doesn't work, because most things do work in the market, how long or how well can you actually learn the concepts and implement them into your own strategy? So yeah, a lot of people like to learn ICT just because they want to say they've learned ICT. But at the end of the day, are you making money, or are you kind of in a cycle where you're stuck trying to, learn something, get confused, learn something else, get confused, learn something else, get confused, quit, rather than sticking by the actual strategy or the concepts you're trying to learn? So yeah, man, it's great that you've found a mentor, it sounds like, but don't get caught up in all the internet bullcrap. If you want to learn ICT, just literally, man, just focus in on ICT. Forget all the ICT influencers that are, pretty much repurposing his content and his strategies and teaching it their own way. Just learn from him and forget anything else. But yeah, man, thanks for sharing. What do you trade? Like trade stocks, forex, futures, crypto? Let me know. Guys, put your questions in the chat. Any question you have about trading, I will answer anything here. In front of you is my live trading journal over the past couple months. This is what my curve looks like. It's a profitable curve. I've taken 24 trades, only 5 have been winners with a 20% win rate. And as you guys see, my loss rate is double my win rate. But the reasoning that is because I protect my downside risk and I let my runners run, and the amount of times I win, or the percentage of times I win, actually make up for the larger percent of my losses. And it does so by a lot. It's not even close. You trade gold, Bitcoin, and NAS 100. Let me ask you something, man. The way you said that makes me believe that you'll only trade those assets, and I could be wrong. But a lot of the YouTube community within day trading has a lot of new traders thinking that there's one specific asset they should trade, or they should just be a silver trader or a Bitcoin trader, and they shouldn't trade anything else. So I have one question for you. If you're, let me make this black here. If your job as a trader is to find the cleanest markets, why limit the amount of assets you can look at? Read this. If your job as a trader is to find the cleanest markets, why limit the amount of assets you look at? So you just told me you look at NAS, gold, and Bitcoin. Those are the markets you trade. Now, are these three markets always tradable? No, they're not. Because no market stays in a good enough story or context to trade it forever. And if you want me to prove that to you, let me just open up Bitcoin. It's a very bullish market, but it has times like down here, like over here, and over here, where it wasn't clean and it was actually moving bearish. So for a lot of people who just want to be the Bitcoin trader and buy Bitcoin, there are areas where price action is actually very messy, very choppy, not aligned with what the higher time frame context is telling them, which is we're in a very bullish market. So if you're just the Bitcoin trader or the gold trader and you're trading gold or Bitcoin at a time where it's not clean, is it more likely that you're ending up with more losses and break evens than winners? Probably. Because when these assets turn unclear, does that mean every other asset is unclear? There's 10,000 assets. Over 10,000 assets. Why trade only 3? Why trade only 3 if your job as a trader is to find the cleanest markets possible to trade? You used to trade many pairs, but I missed a lot of setups. Okay, well, have you ever thought... So let me just... I used to trade a lot of pairs, but I missed a lot of setups. I used to trade a lot of pairs, but I missed a lot of setups. Okay. Well, are you missing setups because you're looking at too many pairs, or because you're unprepared? Unprepared. Because I know traders who look at 100 assets a day, and they may only take a trade on one. And you're telling me looking at maybe 10 to 20 markets is too hard because you're missing a lot of setups? Well, let me tell you another thing. Is it okay to miss setups? Yes. Because regardless of whether you're only trading 3 assets or 30 assets, you're going to miss setups regardless. Sometimes I'm waiting for one specific asset that popped up on my list for a trade that day to set up and give me my entry model. And I miss it. So did I miss it because I knew it was going to set up or potentially set up and create a trade that was available to me to enter? Or was I simply unprepared? Even though I had 30 assets on my list, right? So this is my list. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 assets on my list. And I honed in on one, and I still missed the setup because I was unprepared. So maybe the fact you're missing setups isn't due to you looking at a lot of assets. It's due to your system and actually scanning for markets, setting alerts, staying by your charts during certain hours. You only trade on New York session only. That's good. That is good. So it's good you've identified a session where you're going to be present on the charts. Because when you identify a session, you cut out a lot of time where you could potentially participate in random actions. Then I'm going to put in brackets here. The less time you spend on the charts, the better. So it's good you've identified a period of your day where you want to remain present on the charts. That is going to help you become the opposite of this. That is going to help you become prepared regardless of we are only trading 3 assets or 20 assets. So typical me, take a screenshot of this, even though this is just my personal art that I've made for you. And just think about it. Think about this question here. If your job as a trader is to find the cleanest markets, why limit the amount of assets you can look at? And why not take 100 markets come to the conclusion that 90 of them are unclear. 10 of them could set up. One of them does set up. And you take the one trade that sets up that day, and you accept, so you accept the win, loss, or break even. And if you do that on the cleanest market possible out of all the markets you scanned, because your job as a trader is to show up to the market every single day and find the asset that sticks out that you're willing to participate in and get an entry on, then you will come to realize that maybe a small percentage of your trades will end up more in the win column than the loss or break even column. even though a large portion of your trades, even in a clear market, will end in losses or break evens, you will be taking less unnecessary losses or break evens by having a larger market pool that you're able to dummy down into maybe a specific one or a couple specific markets that you are watching that could set up for you. So now that I started trading one session, I could start looking at more assets. Yeah, it'll definitely help you start looking at more assets. But what's going to help you as well is your process. Your process for finding markets. So typical me, let's actually make a process for you right now that'll help you look at more assets and scan more assets for your next trading day, whether it's tomorrow, next week, whenever that is. So your process for finding / paying attention to more markets. Okay, so you've identified a session. So you've identified the session. You know you are trading New York. So oftentimes in the morning when you just wake up and you're groggy, maybe you had a bad sleep, you don't really want to scan through endless markets. So what are you going to do, typical me, to try and get ahead of that? Well, we could scan markets the night before. Realistically, this could take 30 minutes. So every night before the next trading day, you will scan the markets the night before for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then the goal of this process is to add or remove things to your watch list. So just with these two action items right here, you're already ahead of a lot of people that, one, are kind of confused or in the same boat as you, who are just looking at like one asset and praying that this asset is always in a clean environment, because you're taking the time to understand that not every asset is going to be in that clear story to be able to be traded every single day. And you're able to identify now the things you want to watch for that given day or not watch for that given day. So these two action items right here, huge for you, typical me. Now, that way when you wake up the next day, all you got to do, instead of searching and using that brain power you would normally use to find clear markets, that's already done. So in the morning, you can review, brackets, quickly scan the markets you choose or have chosen to watch the night before. This is just to refresh your mind on what you are actually, looking at the night before. So that way you can kind of set yourself in that mindset of, one, you were prepared the following night, and that you're going to stay prepared by putting these assets, I guess, freshly, or making them more fresh in your head. So this is another quick thing you can do in the morning. This should literally take 2 to 3 minutes, like a quick scan. When I say quick scan, I mean you already have your assets in your watch list. You're just going like, oh, yep, I know why I chose this one. Oh, yep, I know why I chose this one. This one, I know why I added it to my watch list. This one as well. Then boom, that's all you're doing. So if you screenshot this, typical me, and you can actually implement this every single day the night before and before New York Open, this is going to help you get out of the mindset that you need to just hone in on 1 to 3 assets, because from what you said, you were missing a lot of setups because it was too hard to manage. So now what we've done is we've gone ahead and we fixed the managing portion so that you can actually focus in on the setups that actually matter. My guy. So yeah, typical me. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Let me know if that helped you. If you have any other questions, I'll go over it again. Just let me know. I don't think I can like comments on here. I'm just gonna put a heart in chat. Okay, so now that we went on that random tangent, I am going to move all this. I won't delete it yet, just in case he has more questions. But we'll come back to that. And I'm just going to focus back on this for a second. So what I'm doing, guys, is I've looked at a lot of my recent trades here that ended up being winners, and I've just wrote out a couple characteristics of this new strategy I've been testing. I've wrote out a couple characteristics that I've liked or I've seen repeat in a lot of these winning trades, so that way I can start implementing them or making them a rule that will stay consistent in my strategy. Typical me said, you helped a lot. In fact, I just woke up, opened YouTube, and boom, there you are, sent by God. That's funny, man. Yeah, typical me, man. I'm usually live streaming like once or twice a week right now, and then I try and upload, you know, a weekly video as well, whether that's just like a specific concept in trading or, you know, a backtesting video. I try to post as much as I can right now. But yeah, if you got any value from that, bro, it would mean a lot if you subscribed, like this stream, and stick around, because I'm definitely more than willing to help you out with, you know, a lot of other things you may be struggling with. Because if we don't grow together, then we won't grow at all. So yeah, stick around, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any more questions here tonight, just let me know, bro. So I just want to look at my management rules for this new strategy I've got here. It's actually not this one, it's this one. I think I have like, okay, I have about like 50 trades on them. And in this back testing session, I was taking my profits at 1 to 3 RR. But I noticed that most of my trades ran farther than 3 RR take profit. So I'm probably going to move my profit level to like 5 RR, which is what I'm using on my main strategy right now. And then I think with this strategy, since the way I'm entering trades, as you guys see right here, I'll pull up an entry right here. I'll pull up one that won. The way I enter trades, oh, that didn't win. What the heck? Was that the right one? Okay, weird. Might have put the wrong screenshot in there, but this one, let's just focus in on this middle one. The way I enter is I enter through an accumulation with a strong candle over the moving averages, and then I put my stop loss over all action to the left, under all action to the left. And since my stop loss is so big with this strategy, it allows me to hold on to trades a little further, meaning that trades are able to run a little bit longer with a higher, I guess a higher, for real, I would like to set my own rules. The basic ones are trading New York session only, and a stop loss is a must. Yeah, man, I mean, those are two good things to start with. Obviously, when it comes down to making your own specific system, it comes down to a little more than that. You know, with, you know, a lot of context-based rules, a lot of specific things you need to see on specific time frames. Everyone's strategy is different. I'm just gonna go over here, and I don't know why I can't actually open up my main account. It's weird. Just give me 1 second here. I'm going to show you something. I don't know why, but Google just like signed me out of all my accounts. It's annoying. So weird. I feel like I forgot my my Google password. Okay, finally it lets me. That was so weird. I didn't even do anything. Yo, typical me. If you're still here, I would go into my recent videos. I would click on one of these backtest with me videos. This one, or even my latest one. My latest one's actually really good. Typical me. This will actually show you the exact model I use. Similar to the diagram I drew for you in the very beginning when you asked me my strategy. Click on this video and watch it. And it'll show you a lot of the rules that I need to become present in order to be able to take a trade. But if you want a more longer form content video on kind of the same thing, watch any of these backtest breakdown videos. They're the ones with like the least amount of views, but they're probably the best videos you can watch if you actually want an idea of what an actual system looks like. So yeah, man. Thank you for subscribing as well. I think I had 37 before I started the stream. Now I got 38. So I appreciate that, man. But yeah, let's go back into this. Drag this over here. Saying I got signed out. Whatever. So annoying. Like, why? Okay. Like, is Google like just like hacked or something? So unnecessary. And now my Gmail's not even in dark mode. Yo guys, if your Gmail's not in dark mode, something's wrong. Okay. Got that. I need to be working on myself, not the strategy, right? Yeah, man. I mean, you should be working on both simultaneously. But whenever you have a strategy, if like you in your personal life isn't up to par with the version of yourself you know you need to be, then your strategy is just always going to find a way to like hold you back. But it's not the fact that your strategy is not good enough or it's not profitable. It's the fact that you're not able to withstand the random distributions of win losses or break evens because you're emotionally either not present or just emotional on the charts in general because you don't have your actual life figured out or you're not doing the right actions there. Think about it. Whenever you make the wrong actions in your life, whether you have bad habits, bad addictions, whatever the case is, don't you always feel like you're in a more emotional state because you know deep down you're not supposed to be doing the things you're doing? So imagine being in that state of mind and being or trying to execute a strategy. Do you think that would work more or less compared to the version of yourself who is doing all the right actions every single day while executing a strategy they know is profitable? Because a lot of people, they are more profitable than they think, but they aren't able to they fail with proving that to themselves because they just can't hang in there long enough to actually prove the strategy is profitable by demonstrating a profitable equity curve, right? So they end up giving up. So yeah, to answer your question, you got to focus on both of them. There's no wrong answer there. You got it right on the dot. That's me. Yeah, man. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of traders. Heck, bro, I'm not perfect. It's me too sometimes, right? It's a lot of people, man. So you're not alone, but you can make an action plan today, tonight, an action plan to start doing the right things. What I would do is I would grab yourself a journal, have one right here, a brand new journal. And I would start tonight. I would write down the things in here that you are doing that you know you shouldn't be doing. And then every single day at nighttime before you go to bed or when you wake up, I would review the things that you know you shouldn't be doing. And every single night you have to be honest. You have to be honest with your journal. You have to tell the journal whether you did those actions or you didn't do those actions. And there must be a consequence if you did do those actions. Whatever it is, whether it's gambling, whether it's, watching porn, whatever it is. I hope I was allowed to say the P word on here. I hope my stream doesn't get flagged. That would be super unfortunate. Not me searching it up on Google. If anyone else in here has a question, whether it's chart related or, psychology related, just write it in chat. We'll go over it. Typical me says, am the locked in trader this year. I am the locked in trader. Yeah, man. Good. I hope you are. I really hope you are, man. Because I know what it's like to really want to figure this out. And I know what it's like to stay in a position where you haven't figured it out for a long, long time. Where you feel like giving up literally 100 times and sticking it out. And it goes to this picture right here. You know, right? Don't stop. Do not stop, my friend. Because the longer you stay with it, the higher chance you have to figure it out. Okay. I'm going to go back to figuring out my management rules for this strategy. So, I break even at 1-to-1. So every time my trade runs the distance of 1x my risk, I'll break even. I just like that rule. It's a nice early break even rule, and you don't have to confuse yourself with a specific candle pattern to just reach break even. Why is that? Okay, thank you. Break even at 1-to-1. And then we could say, let's see. All my winning trades have a number in this column. So this one runs 82 R. This one runs 13, 10, 8, 82, 56, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these trades ran over 10 RR. Let me see how much R I secured in the overall test. 8.68. I'm just gonna change the ones that ran 10 RR to show 10 RR as a gain instead of 3 RR to see if how much profit I missed out on. 36.8. Wow. Okay. I have some tabs down here that allow me to see more about my in-depth, I guess, analytics on my back test. Also typical me. Where are you from, man? I always like knowing where people are from. I connected with some guy who's from Minnesota the other day. I went live. See what part of the world you're in. Kenya. Holy smokes. I gotta search that up, man. I'm trying to work on my geography. see where Kenya is on the map. Kenya. Okay, so we got North America over here, and Kenya somewhere over here. That's sick, man. Can't believe someone from Kenya is in my YouTube live right now. Wants to learn day trading. Super cool, man. This is my, I'm typing in the chat my Instagram right now. If you're on Instagram, shoot me a follow. Let's connect. That's super cool, man. Maybe you could teach me a few things about your culture. That'd be sweet. Sorry, I'm typing on an iPad right now. I'm not the best. This is my YouTube. Or sorry, my Instagram. Send me a follow. I have a phone only. Do you know by any chance any free backtesting app? Yeah, of course, man. TradingView has an app. So I'll show you right here on my phone. TradingView has an app. Once it loads, I'll show you. So you see I have all my assets here. Right? This on my phone is what's right here on my screen. And then you can open up charts on here. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure it can actually focus. And you can everything you can do, I can do on my computer right now. I can also do on my phone. So yeah, TradingView. I'll type it in chat here so you can see it. But that's the one you'll want to use. You do have TradingView and use it a lot? That's good, man. TradingView is all you need. If I can tell you one thing for sure, that TradingView is all you need. You can't see my IG. Yeah, it's because I'm on private. Just request to follow me and I'll follow you back. Brad Labelle _ should be a follow button there. Trading it is then. Yeah, TradingView for sure. You can't find the handle. That's weird. I definitely spelt it right. At Brad Labelle _ That's okay, bro. If you can't find it, it's also in the link of one of my YouTube videos. Like if you go to my last posted YouTube video, it'll be in the description. If you're cool with it, just type your handle in chat and I'll send you a follow. And then we can connect more. anyone in here, if you've had any questions about your own trading journey within the past day, week, month that you have struggled to answer for yourself, type them in the chat. I have been day trading for 4 years. I have been through every emotion possible. I have laid my head on this desk countless times, wondering if I was ever going to figure it out. So whatever it is, just type it in chat. I'll help. If I can. I don't have the answer for everything, but I have the answer for a lot. Typical me. I think I got your follow request. I just sent you a follow back, bro. So I did some work on the new system I've been building out. So I think I'm just gonna spend some of my time reviewing my last back test for my actual system. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, it's late over here, so I'm just kind of chilling and studying and back testing. But yeah, man, feel free to jump in any one of my upcoming lives, or stay up to date with the channel, and we'll connect on Instagram. And yeah, have a good night, bro. Pleasure meeting you. This live's been going for about an hour and 25 minutes. I think I'm gonna just end it. If you stayed here or spent any time in here, yeah, thank you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.